Hi, my name is Charlie Cook. I've been a teacher in public and in private schools for more than 20 years. I'm also a firearms instructor. Recently, Vaughn took a lot of heat for his stance on saying that teachers should carry in school. I gotta tell you, I firmly believe in it, and I'd like to share with you why. There was a time when 12, 13, 14-year-old boys used to take a 22 bolt-action rifle to school. They would leave the gun in the principal's office, and they would pick it up on the way home and shoot squirrels. We don't have an underpopulation of squirrels because of that, and we used to not have school shootings back then. First of all, if you're one of these people that thinks that teachers are unstable and they're going to pull a gun out and shoot your kid because they're talking during a test, there's a real good chance that person shouldn't be a teacher. There's also a real good chance that you might want to send your kid to a different school. If the teachers have the same training as the police officers do when they deal with active shooters, I don't see what the big deal is. I do think the teachers need to take the training in order to get their license and in order to get their concealed carry permit in whatever their state requirement is, but that's okay. Some people drop their kids off at school at 7 o'clock in the morning and they pick them up at 6 o'clock at night. If you don't trust the people that have your kids for 11 hours a day, you might have to send your kids somewhere else. I mean, really, think about that. You're entrusting these people to teach your kids how to behave, how to read, how to write, how to do all of the regular school stuff, but you don't trust them to be able to protect your kid if a crazy person comes into the school and causes a mass shooting to happen? The next thing that people are concerned about are kids overpowering the teachers. Well, let's see, if 3 teenage boys go over and threaten a middle-aged teacher, and I'm always using boys and middle-aged women for teachers, but if 3 teenage boys went over to overpower a teacher and to beat her up, to take her gun, do you really think she's going to let that happen? You see, what a lot of people don't know, a defensive gun is a life or death tool. If we can change the whole school setting and put it as the target parking lot, you have 3 kids that are attacking a woman. Does she not have the right to protect herself? I'm not concerned about this happening in schools, just like I'm not concerned about a teenage boy overpowering his teacher, taking the keys out of her purse and taking her car for a joyride. I don't think that happens very often either. And I don't think it's going to happen that students would overpower a teacher to get the gun off of them. The next thing I think is if the teachers are going to carry, they should carry concealed. I wouldn't carry off-body because that's where people do have access to the gun and probably shouldn't. The next thing is, I don't think every teacher should do this. If the teacher doesn't want to carry a gun, if they're not into it and they don't want to, that's fine. I don't want to force them to do it, and I don't think they should do it. I don't think that people should know if a teacher is carrying. The reason is this: if everyone knows that Mr. Cook is carrying a gun, then he's going to be the person that's a target. And if somebody decides that they want to go on a school shooting because they're mad at me, then guess who's going to be the target? But if somebody comes in and doesn't know that I'm carrying, then I'll be able to protect myself and the students that I have. My responsibility is not just to the students that I teach, but my responsibility is to make it home so I can raise my own kids and not have another person do that for me.